Good morning, everyone. I should start by saying if you see me walking funny, that's because I had knee surgery last week, so going up and down these steps is going to be a challenge for me throughout the day. But can you believe that we've been doing this for 24 years? It's pretty remarkable. Just to give you some perspective, UC Irvine is 49 years old. So essentially half of the existence of the time that the university has been established, we've been putting on this conference in partnership with the Alzheimer's Association. And as you can imagine, Marcelo made it look very easy, but there were a lot of people who worked very hard throughout the year to make this conference a success. So I really want to acknowledge the work group, in particular Carrie Walker, Christine Chow, Deborah O'Connor, Linda Scheck, and also Marcelo Suarez. So let's give them a round of applause for all the hard work that they have done. So we know that there are about 5.4 million Americans who are suffering from Alzheimer's disease, about 90,000 people in Orange County, and it turns out that a new case of Alzheimer's is developing about every 68 seconds in this country, and it's pretty staggering. And we also know that the baby boomers turned 65 a few years ago. And when you think about the risk for developing Alzheimer's and that new case occurs as you get older, and as I said, every 68 seconds, and that 5% or 1 out of every 20 people over the age of 65 is afflicted, and that number doubles, you could see how scary this is going to be for us, and that we're truly facing a tsunami of Alzheimer's disease cases. And so when you think about it, just try to calculate how old you will be in 2025. And so there has been a national plan to try to end Alzheimer's disease or try to come up with a way to prevent or treat it by that time point. Now, that sounds like it's a long way away, but it's only about 12 years away. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. And so we thought that we would focus this conference on trying to achieve that goal of trying to prevent, treat, or end Alzheimer's by 2025. And so we have really a lot of distinguished speakers here that will really speak to that plan. I just want to point out that our own UCI group played a small role in this, and we participated in this national bike ride that was coordinated by the Alzheimer's Association. And there you could see that several of us, including David Cribbs, who is here, and Rodrigo Medeiros, we actually rode bikes from Los Angeles to Palm Springs, and we happened to do that in the summertime when it was about 120 degrees. Thank you very much. So we did our own small part for that. So obviously we need to make significant progress over the next 12 years so that we can have some meaningful impact on this really terrible disease. So we're really excited by today's conference for several reasons, not the least of which is we decided that we were going to change the format from what we have done in previous years. So you'll notice that in the afternoon we have 2 different tracks, and so you will have the option of deciding whether or not you want to go to the research track or towards the clinical track. And so we tried to customize it as best we can for your own individual needs. And we hope that at the end of the day, you will learn about the latest research, the efforts that are being undertaken to really have an impact against this disease. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my partner in crime, Jim McAleer, who many of you know is the president and CEO of the Alzheimer's Association. He is certainly a tour de force in Orange County in terms of promoting awareness about this disease. And without any further ado, let me introduce Jim.
How many of you have one of these? If you don't turn it off today, it's going to be one of the raffle prizes. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do with it, if you've heard of social media, you're going on Facebook. So today, one of the things we're going to ask you to do is make today a call to action. Frank talked about some numbers, and you're going to hear a lot of other numbers today. You're going to hear some staggering statistics. You're going to hear some scary statistics. Take the information that you learned today, use it as an impetus to act. Stop by the table today and become an advocate. Make that call to Congress. We've had some new monies that you'll hear about very shortly, actually, that are coming in and going to pour into research, and they're not enough. So get mad, get moving, and let's get more. Because until it's done, until this disease is over, we have work to do. So I'm really excited to hear where research is going, certainly where it's been. I'm really excited to hear where the end game is, and we need help. So I'm particularly appreciative of the good Dr. LaFerla. He and I have done a little bit of work for today. He mentioned a lot of names of the work group. They've done a lot of work for today. So I'm really, really appreciative of Carrie, Marcelo, the other names Frank mentioned. They really pulled today off, and they did a brilliant, brilliant job. Our sponsors, absolutely. The Mind Institute has been a great partner. We're really, really pleased with them. I encourage you to let folks know you came today. Let them know what you learned today. Invite them next year. And if you're not a sponsor of the exhibit hall and would like to be, see one of our folks, because frankly, we have to pay for today. Thank you for coming. Have a great day. You didn't come to hear us, so let's get on to the party.